Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Wakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Dawada from the Men of Valor Camp here in Greenville, South Carolina, coming back with another video in sincerity and in truth, and Lord willing, it can be edifying. I got this interesting article right here, just to show how silly these damn Americans are. They don't know what's going on. But getting right into it, it says, polls find only 1% of Americans see Russia as a major problem. Now, skimming through this article, I'm going to read a little bit of it, but it's hitting on a different point. All right, but America as a whole should be very much concerned about Russia. Why? Because the scriptures, all right, which we already know that the words of the Lord do not go out void. It speaks about Russia and Russia aiding in the destruction of America, Babylon the Great. We gonna get that, man. All right, you Americans should be very afraid of Russia, and not that you can stop anything, which really you should be afraid of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, because he's the one who's setting Russia up to do this. But nonetheless, we know you're not gonna fear the Lord. All right, the judgment of this place is already written, is sealed. All right, there's nothing that can stop what's about to happen. All right, the only thing you can do, if you're a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, is return to your power, repent, put off the ways of America, Babylon the Great. All right, come into this truth. All right, so that you can save your soul, man. All right, because that thermonuclear destruction is, you get caught up in that, man. That's major, major, major judgment, man. All right, and we're praying to be delivered from that. We're doing what's pleasing to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua to the best of our ability so that we can escape, all right, this punishment, man. All right, but it says polls found only 1% of Americans see Russia as a major problem. It says a Gallup poll has found that a mere 1% of Americans view Russia as a major problem, with the far more concern expressed about inflation, bad governance, and the state of the economy. And hey, all these things should be concerning. All right, inflation's coming, or inflation is here. Hyperinflation is coming. All right, the people that you have in these different government seats, all right, you're gonna realize that they're not out for your best interests, And they're talking about the state of the economy. The economy is gonna crash. All right, but these are it's what's gonna bring Americans to its knees. But countries like Russia, all right, China, North Korea, Iran, and even its NATO allies, all right, are eventually going to wipe America off the face of the earth via the Third World War and thermonuclear destruction that's prophesied in the scriptures. It says, in a revealing illustration of what degree people have lost interest in the current thing, whereas 9% of Americans view relations with Russia as the most important problem facing the country back in March. That number has now plummeted, broadly in line with how the media has relegated the Ukraine-Russia war to an afterthought, presumably disappointed over naive prediction Russia would be swiftly defeated. It says Americans have also lost interest. Shortly after Russia's invasion, the issue was seen as a top priority, but now it's just 1% of Americans believe it is the most important issue facing the nation. So check that out. It says, in contrast, 17% of Americans see inflation as the most important problem right now, along with 17% who say it's bad government and 12% concerned about the economy in general. In fact, Russia doesn't even break into the top 10, with Americans seeing crime, immigration, and gun control all as more important matters. It says 8% of Americans believing abortion to be the most important issue, also represents a new record since Gallup began tracking in 1984. So, man, these Americans don't know what the fuck to even be thinking about. And I doubt most of them are even thinking about inflation and the reason why they're thinking about the state of the economy and inflation is because they don't, first and foremost, they don't believe that they're ever going to fall. Second, they want their precious little America to continue to be prosperous so they can continue to live out their wickedness. All right, but the Lord is going to bring that all down. It says, notably, COVID-19, or Slovakia, the Crown Royale, the January 6th hearing, and climate change also failed to make the top 10 most important issues despite generally relentless media coverage. As we previously highlighted, support for further U.S. involvement in Ukraine collapsed when Americans were told exactly what that would entail for the economy and their cost of living. And that's pretty much the article. So, Americans aren't really concerned in destroying America. And that made me think of a precept. I have Isaiah 13 queued up, but I want to get this. Slovakia. Hold on. Psalms chapter 49 and verse 11, the inward thought is, whose inward thought? The Edomites. All right, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. The wicked are the Edomites, the so-called white race. All right, that's mainly who's in control here in America, Babylon the Great. And they're definitely the only ones that are concerned about the state of the economy, because Jake ain't out here worried about that shit. All right, Jake worried about money, cars, clothes, and hoes, man. It says their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. And that's the Edomites, man. That's Esau. They don't believe that they're ever going to fall. They don't believe that they're going to face any type of adversity. And actually, that made me think of another scripture. We can grab this. You can read this whole chapter, Revelation 18, because it goes into the destruction of America, right? It says, let's start. Man, you really can get into all of it. Verse 7, it says, how much have she glorified herself? Who is that she? It's that whore that sitteth upon that scarlet-colored beast, right? America, Babylon the Great. How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow and shall see no sorrow. See, going back to that sentiment that their inward thought is that their houses shall continue to all generations, continue forever. They don't believe that America's going to fall. But here's one thing that's common amongst all these major empires that ever come on the face of the earth. Who the Lord set up? All right, the ancient Egyptians, the Persian Mede, the Babylonians, the Grecians, the Romans. Rome failed. All right, they definitely never thought that Rome would fall. The amount of power and authority that they had in that region at the time. All right, so how much less now, man? America's going to fall just like Rome did, because America is the revived Roman Empire. Okay? It says, I sit a queen and am no widow and shall see no sorrow. Verse 8, therefore shall her plagues come in one day. Death and mourning and famine. She shall be utterly burned with fire, that thermonuclear fire, right? Was it Malachi 4? I might have to grab it real quick. It says, shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord power who judgeth her. Let's grab that real quick. In Malachi 4 and 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. That's that thermonuclear destruction. And that day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. They're not going to have anything. All right, America's never going to be inhabited. And that leads me back to Isaiah, the 13th chapter. Because once again, Russia is going to play a major part in destroying this bitch, man. Let's see. We're going to jump around a little bit. It says, man. I got to start at the top. Let's go through it. It says, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. Exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoiced in my highness. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as a great people, and a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. The Lord is gathering these armies. You read Joel, the 3rd chapter. Wake up the mighty man. Let all the men of war come down. Let them draw near, roughly paraphrasing. They're going to beat their plowshares and the swords and pruning hooks and the spears. All these nations are building up their nuclear arsenals. They're getting ready for World War III. You have little skirmishes and stuff now, but when it fully pops off, man, all these nations are going to be involved in some way, form, or fashion. It says, verse 5, they come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. What are the weapons of the Lord's indignation? Let's grab that real quick. Isaiah chapter 54 and verse 16, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals. And the smith, it's, you think about a weaponsmith, a blacksmith, there's somebody that creates these things. So the Lord created these individuals, it says, that bloweth the coals in the fire and bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I've created the waster to destroy. So that waster is that ICBM nuclear missile. The Lord put it in their spirit to create these things, man, for the Lord's purpose and destroying America. And, and they're going to cleanse our land as well, man. All right, let's go back. It says, verse 6 again. It says, howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. All right, therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And they shall be afraid. Pains and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as the woman in travail, or a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. That's what's coming. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof, therefore shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. And you always think about in that movie 300, when they shot all those arrows and then blocked out the sun. Well, when these nuclear missiles get shot off, man, all right, they're gonna pretty much overshadow the light of the moon and the stars and the sun, man. It says, verse 11, and I will punish the wicked for their evil, or it's like I punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. See, this is all major prophecy, the Lord prophesying against America, Babylon the Great, man. It's written. Verse, we'll jump past 12. Actually, I'll read it. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place, in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as a chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one into his own land. Every one that is found shall be thrust through, and every one that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Anybody joined into this place, they're going to die. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. And that's coming. Verse 7, that's coming before the missiles drop. Verse 17, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, and the Medes represent the modern-day Russians. All right, this is directly speaking about them. Which, going back to that article, this is why America should be concerned with Russia. It should be damn near their number one concern. Verse 17, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. You're not going to be able to negotiate with Russia. All right, the Lord is putting it in their mind to want to destroy you. It says, their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children in Babylon. This is speaking about New Babylon, America, Babylon the Great, right? The glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency. shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, that fire and brimstone. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures. Right. The only thing that's going to be dwelling over here are desert animals, man. It says, an owl shall dwell there, and the satyr shall dance there, and the beasts, the wild beasts of the island shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is come near, and her days shall not be prolonged. So, that, I know it was went through the whole chapter, but hey, that was, the Lord was spitting heavy, all right, heavy prophecy, man, against America. We'll finish off here, just proving the point that America very well be, all right, destroyed by Russia and these other nations, man. All right, but Russia's playing a major part. This is Ezekiel chapter 38. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, modern day Russia, right? The chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. And I believe I heard Apostle Tahar say that Russia in the Hebrew, if I'm not mistaken, means the chief prince. So, how about that? It says, in Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him. Thus said the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. And the Lord is against them because ultimately they're Edomites as well. All right, they're the wicked as well. They're just not American Edomites. It says, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. All right, the Russian military is being, the Lord is putting the Russians back into that old Soviet spirit, and they're going to help and aid in destroying America. Verse 5 says, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, and Persia is Iran, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee. And you can involve China, North Korea, because China and Russia's alliance has grown stronger in its hatred and distaste for America. All right, by them allowing Nancy, they sent Nancy to Taiwan and whatnot, Nancy Pelosi. All right, they didn't like that shit, man. All right, America's always buttoning their heads and shit that doesn't really pertain to them. All right, but nonetheless, I just want to bring out that point, All right, Russia, yeah, you damn Americans should be concerned about Russia. Not that you can do anything to stop it, but that should be your main concern, because the Lord is going to directly use Russia, all right, to destroy this bitch, man. Along with his other countries. But, all right, that war is coming, man. World War III is coming. All right, so Lord willing, is edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Till next time, Shalom.